Alrighty, here we go. Hey there, everybody. It's the Nasty One here again, and welcome back to the next episode of the Sawteeth franchise rebuild here in the Super Mega Baseball 4, year number 1. Last episode was the League Finals series, and we took on the Jacks and we swept them 18-3 in Game 1 and 9-7, making us Year 1's champions. So there's the ring for everyone for proof. So at the end of the season, including the playoffs, we now sit at 19-4 with a record that's a really good record. Now we're getting ready to head into the offseason here to see which players are going to stick around and which players are going to want to test free agency. Now, I have done through an offseason here in the game with the Heaters franchise rebuild there on the shuffle draft side. So we know that majority of guys are going to want to stick around if we perform well, because that team got eliminated in the first round of the playoffs, and almost everybody, practically everybody, wanted to stay actually. So they're not even worried about how low their loyalty was. They wanted to stay regardless. But here, I don't know if that's going to hold true or if things are going to be different. But winning a championship, I think, is going to incentivize most of these guys, if not all of them, to want to stay. But going down the list, Pex Flex, he's going to be 30. We could look to keep him here for another year. I mean, he is a solid catcher. We could also see what's out there in free agency. He's not being paid horrendously over what he's actually worth overall-wise, so we could hang on to him. I mean, it's nice. JYS, he's going to be 43. Now, while I do love Junior, I think we're going to have to go in a younger direction for backup catcher just because he is going to regress more than what he did this season. Definitely, for sure, he's due for that. Moving down the list, first baseman, peak physique. I would love to hang on to him. He's a great first baseman. He's young. He's capable. He knows what he's doing out there. I would hang on to him. JYJ, same thing. I want to hang on to him. He's not only 19. He's still rough around the edges, but again, you could mold him into a better player still. DP Turner, we're going to look to probably upgrade second base here in the offseason. I mean, he was great. He hit solidly well all year, but he's already 32. He's going to be 33. He's not going to get a whole lot better than a B-, maybe a B at best. So it might be time to go younger here at second base. Third baseman Kira Nutmeg is going to be 22. Still young, still moldable. I like what she brings to the table. She's a solid hitter. Let's go ahead and bring her back. John Renero had a fantastic offensive year, and he played well defensively after the early part of the season, so I'll hang on to John. I mean, he'll be 29. Yeah, he's approaching the end of his usefulness. But you know what? He's entering his prime right now, and he's a B+. He can still upgrade to an A-. Let's hang on to him. Goose Booster, great pinch hitter off the bench. He also has good solid ratings if you wanted to use him as a starter from time to time. So I'd like to hang on to him. Brings this nice utility option for the infield. Hanzo Majiko's a good utility option for the entire field. He's still only a defensive caliber player, but he's still cheap. He's young. I would like to hang on to him. Kathy Cul-de-sac hit well in the regular season. She struggled a bit in the postseason, but she is still a young, capable left fielder who you can use for whatever you wish, so I would like to hang on to her. Slash is obviously the captain. We want to hang on to him. He's only going to be 23. He's an A+. He's borderline S tier already. With the way he performed last year, winning the Triple Crown in the regular season, yeah, he needs to stay. The only question is how much. How we called eat. Solid contributor in the postseason. He really came alive in the postseason, hitting homers in 7 out of the 8 games we played, I believe. 2-0, 2-0, that's 4. He hit homers in 5 of the 8 games that we played. Or 5 of the 7 games we played. Yeah. And he had a finish with 7 homers in the postseason. He had a couple multi-homer games in there, so he came alive well in the postseason. He's going to be 28. He's still usable. I'd like to hang on to him. We'll see. Johnny Bags, he's going to be 24. Definitely want to hang on to him. He struggled in the postseason, but he's still a solid player. The only thing he doesn't do well is field. Worst comes to worst, he's a glorified DH. Bishop Fuller. Now, I only signed Bishop for the postseason, so we are looking to move on from him here in the offseason. Cecil Sawyer, he struggled in the second half of the year. He didn't really do overly well in the postseason either. His second start was better than his first. He's a bit of an up-and-down pitcher, but he's only 28. He's only going to be 28. He's still good overall. I would like to hang on to him. Lefty Southpaw is debatable. Now, I know he didn't regress this past offseason. This season, at all. He didn't regress once, but he's going to be 39. He might retire, first of all, and then second of all, he will start regressing. The only question is when. Wagyu Takobi, young 23-year-old, pitched really well at the end of the year. He really started to, figure out how to do things here in the league and who he was as a pitcher. So I would definitely hang on to him for the back end of the rotation. Gertie Goatman, solid long reliever, lefty, would love to hang on to him. With specialist is always a good trade to have. Lupinovich only signed her for the postseason, so we are going to look to move on from Grace. She'll be 37. Obviously, I would love to hang on to Grace, but I know she'll regress, and I don't think the money will allow me to hang on to her. Brick Towers, he's going to be 30. I'm not sold on Brick as a good reliever. I might be willing to part ways with him. BH4 pitched really well. I know he's going to be 32, but he pitched better than Towers did in the regular season, and between the two of them, I like BH4 better, so I want to hang on to him. And obviously, Maximo Primo is one of the best closers in the game. He's only going to be 28. Now, he didn't do well in the postseason, but the regular season, he was perfect. He didn't give up any earned runs the entire regular season. So, Primo's earned himself another shot to be on the team. All right, so that's one reliever for sure, possibly two. One starting pitcher, possibly two. That's four, possibly. Caldeed is, I think I'm going to hang on to him. I don't think we're going to touch the outfield. We're not going to touch backup bench players. We're not touching second or third. We have second base, that's 5. And then we definitely have maybe one catcher. So that's 6 moves we're probably going to be making here. Let's move into resigning and see if we can get these guys first. All right, so Flexed wants out. I forgot I shit on his loyalty. Well, see you later. Now, JYS does want to come back. He is not going to be retiring, but he is going to be 43. I kind of want to get younger. So, just like in the Heaters franchise rebuild offseason, we are going to be looking for 2 catchers. Peak Physique, oh yeah, dude is staying, and he wants to stay at the price I'm paying him, so that's great. He's going to be at a discount. JYJ, 100% on board. Love it. Stick around, buddy. DP Turner's ambivalent. I was looking to get rid of him anyway, so that's fine. Kira Nutmeg, okay, she wants to stay 99%. I'm going to roll this. I want to save as much money as possible. It should go our way, and it does. Perfect. All right, John Renero, same thing, 99% to re-sign. I'm trying to save as much money as possible, so let's roll this. This should go our way as well. Perfect. Okay, Goose. Goose I want to hang on to. I like what Goose brings to the table as a bench guy. Now, we might need to move him up a little bit in money. It's 92% chance we could roll this and not spend anything. And I think I'm going to do that because more than likely he's going to advance to a B-. And next year that'll help us keep him for another season. So, yeah, let's re-sign at his asking price. Hanzo, what do we got? 4.7 to 5.6. I want to keep him where he is for right now. He's not quite in the B- category just yet. He's not near it, so let's offer current salary 91% chance to roll. Oh, he chooses to leave. That is the first person who leaves team when I've rolled. Okay, so Hanzo is out. So we'll need to re-sign him if we want him back. Kathy's 100% on board, so we'll re-sign her. Trips is 100% on board. He wants to stay at the 15 mil. I'm fine with that. Howie's 99%. He should stay. We'll roll this. I'm not paying him any extra. And he does. Perfect. Okay, Johnny, 100% on board. He wants to stay at his money. Fine. Now, Bishop is 100% on board, but he is going to be 38. I only signed him for the playoffs, so we're going to let him go. Cecil Sawyer, we're going to re-sign him at his asking price. Good. He's 100% on board. I'm going to give him another shot to try and prove it. Lefty is willing to stick around, but I know he's going to be 39, and I'm kind of leaning towards going younger there anyway, so let's release him. Plus 71% odds weren't great. I'm not upping his salary. Tacoby, 100% on board. Perfect. Re-sign him. Goatman is at 81%. I'm not gonna boost up his money. Let's roll it. See if it goes our way or not. And it does. Nice. Thank you, Gertie. Grace is retiring, so there's nothing we can do about trying to re-sign her. Thank you, Grace, for the wonderful ride it was in the postseason. You will be missed. Shout out to all the Freebooter fans in the chat. Grace was a real one. Shame she's leaving like this, but at least she got a ring before she went out the door. All right, Brick is 100% on board. Primo's 100% on board. We're definitely signing Primo, and I'm definitely signing BH4. I'm going to roll this. It's 94%. We should be fine. Nice. Okay, thanks, Bob. All right, so they're back. Now, Brick is a question mark. I'm not sold on Brick. I kind of want to go younger. He's going to be 30. 8.7, I think, is a little much also for a B plus reliever. So we're gonna roll this. We're gonna test free agency. So we release Brick. Grace retires. We release Lefty. We release Bishop. That's 4 pitchers, 2 starters, 2 relievers. Hanzo decides to test free agency. He doesn't want to make 4.7, so we need to get him back. DP we were gonna release. That's 6, and both catchers leave. So 8 openings. Okay. Let's go. Start the offseason, baby. All right, key free agents. Closer K Frequent from the Freebooters. Immaculate Spectacular, who we saw on the Jacks bullpen. He is in free agency. Slip Slaughter from the Moonstars. Buttons Bunterson, the shortstop from the Buzzards. Maurice Brick, ace of the Crocodons, or second pitcher. He's behind Javita Pulo. And then Sting McGee, the catcher from the Blowfish. Those are the key free agents. And these are all the guys, obviously, that go into free agency. So, other retirements around the league. Jem Qualita retires at only 33. The Herbisaurus ace is gone. Rookie reliever Almondo Ganuts, the 2-pitch pitcher, he is gone. From the Crocs, and long reliever Spike Pena, who I believe was signed to replace. No, he was actually just on the team. So the Booters would have lost Pena and Lupinovich had she not been released. And then Damian Rush in the free agent pool decides to retire. Oh, wow. Okay, he's only 32. So 32 is the youngest age I have seen retire so far. That is the youngest. So it can still happen in the low 30s. All right, we have $66 million to spend, and we have 8 openings to fill. So let's get on it. Okay. Age and position, please. Thank you. Okay, so we have 19-year-old catcher Mackenzie Fry. I'm always big power hitter. Fits right in with the team. I like her. She doesn't have any traits, so she's kind of a blank slate. And then we need a backup catcher as well. The next youngest is Harmony Strauss at 29. Damn. I mean, I'm leaning towards bringing Flex back. I already know what he can do. We'll just try. His loyalty be reset, so that's a good thing. Yeah, Harmony can't field. Nixon can't throw or field. Jermaine is Jermaine. Boo Lewis, he can field, but he can't hit. Flex can at least is a better hitter than Lewis. Lewis is a more complete fielder. They have about the same arm. Roman Rhodes, he's more of a fielding catcher. He's a power hitter, though. Nate Hankey, no, I'm not leaning towards him. Monstor, Thomas. None of these guys jump off the page except maybe McGee. So in case we lose Flex, we can always go for Sting. Moving down the list, we don't need a first baseman. We're good there. But I see Devin Gotsendas is in free agency. Mashed Taters is also in free agency. Woodburn and Drive. There's a rookie there in Muddy Water. Osteroni test from the Moonstars, it looks like. Cat Stanza from the Sirloins. Bentley from the Sandcats. Scambrick from the Platypi. Hicks from the Wide Loads. Moving down to second base. Now, we do need a second baseman. The youngest one is Dugout Fives, who's only 26, but he's a C-. He's not a starter. Scoops Tomahawking is the youngest starting caliber second baseman. I do like him. He's an intriguing player for sure. Moving down here, there's also Janice Friedman. He'd be solid for like a year or two as a starter. He's better overall than DP Turner. There is DP, speaking of him. Turbo Miles is out here. Fred Bobbitt, Bruno Adamo, Shigatani, who we put out there as well. There's also Squinch Toot Whistle. No, I'm solid. I don't need someone that old. But she is the only other starting caliber overall, so I'll star her. Moving to third base, we don't need a third baseman, so we're not going to worry about targeting any of them. Although I like Dig, I'm not really going after him this time. So Hanzo, there's Trevor Rowland. We need Hanzo. Rookie Trevor Rowland, he is a B overall. He can play all the infield positions. He would challenge for Bernero's starting spot eventually. Buttons Bunterson, although one of the top free agents, is not someone I'm looking to bring in because we don't need a starting caliber shortstop. Who else we got out here? Nora Holmes, utility player. Donga, we got Pickle. Holmes is not really a utility player in the traditional sense. Yes, she can play everywhere, but she's not a great fielder. She's like a glorified DH. I'm not really interested in any of these guys. Slipero. Not jumping off the page at me. Got Digman out here. Reeve Meadows, a rookie, 35-year-old. Interesting. All right, outfield we're not touching. Our outfield is full, but young options I see out here. Filet Jones, Haley Forrest, who's a rookie. Morton Stanberg is out in free agency. Log Freely from the Jacks is out here as well. Marvin Steed's out here. I'm not interested in bringing him in. He's a little old. Magic Moore out here from the B-Wolves. Leonard Crosby, a rookie center fielder, who's only 21. Gordon Fruitwell, Super Samson. Jackie Slam is out here. Obviously, she was released. Hieronymus Jackson's out here as well. Fungo Akiro. Nice. Ooh, Killer Guerrero. Solid name. Who else we got out here? Huanga's out here, but we're not touching outfield. Javi Yotter. Kenneth Corn's out here. Billy LeBoink. Oakley Stiffs did not retire. All right, pitching. So we have rookie Alexis Floro, who's 19, A- overall. She would be a solid ace candidate. She has workhorse. I like that. Spirited, okay. We also have rookie Homer Levine, another 19-year-old. He'd be good for like the 3 slot in the rotation. We have Spicy Rush, who's like a back-end guy. Worst comes to worst, if no one else is left. Ronald Pacheco does have Surrounded, but he has K Collector to balance it out. So, now that accuracy is a little low, but he's got good stuff. He's got 4 pitches as well. I like that. We have Cooper out here from the Hot Corners. Dick Lucas is out here from the Herbisaurs. Durbin Holmes is out here as well. Okay, nice young options. Maurice Brick, obviously. Manny Kays is out here still. Nick Diguez. Pan Knibbles. I'm not going to sign Pan. I do like him, though. August Kiki, that's a solid pitcher. I'd like to bring her in as well. Pretty balanced across the board. Only 3 pitches, though. Got to watch out for that. Shania Burns, probably not going to go after her. Sauter, he'd be interesting, but I don't think we can afford him. Bubkins, I don't want. Maybe Lovelorn, he'd be solid. Vanderwink's a little old. So was Snugs. Yeah, now we're getting into the part where these guys are getting a little on the older side, so we're probably not going to look at these guys per se. All right, and then moving down to long relievers. So this is for bullpen now. We have rookie Joshua Reyna. He's 19. Holder close from the wide loads. Sebastian Moro, Rufus DeMar, buzz past them. Sergio Slider. Veterano, we're not going to bring him back. Lauderberry, ew. Tiger Ortega, 19-year-old. I like that. A little bit lacking in the accuracy department, but good traits. Everett Waters, I agree. All right, I like that. Better overall than Ortega, I would say, because I think Ortega's is boosted by 2 traits, whereas his is only boosted by 1, and he's more even across the board. Chambo, ooh, Elaine Munstar's out there from the Jacks, so spectacular. Libby Doe, we could look to have a reunion with Libby here in the offseason. We'll see how things pan out there. So there is a Rob Hurlington IV and a Bob Hurlington IV. So we have Bob. There is an RH4 as well. Oh, wow. So I was not seeing things. What if we bring them both in and have both Hurlington brothers? Oh my, they're twins. It's the reincarnation of the oh my god, it's the reincarnation of the Bacon twins. What fun. Alright, Avera's a little old. I'm not going to go for someone like him. And we don't need a closer. We already have a closer. Okay, great. Alright, we got ours, so let's go ahead and sim up. Sim a couple rounds here. Get the moves flowing. Burns and Wonderfloss are picked up. Kawaguchi, third. Sugatani, Blue, Fabulo, Takabasai. Miyoshi. So basically a whole bunch of guys who were free agents to start. Mayfair, Miet Ball, Knibbles, Bishop Fuller immediately assigned by the Herbisaurs because they lost their top half of the pitching rotation. They lost Qualita to retirement, and Dick Lucas is in free agency. There's Grease going, Hander, Thrash. So yeah, a lot of guys who were free agents already. I think Bishop Fuller's like the only exception. Yeah, Bats and Moods were both free agents. So was Steed, Hugs, Rod Forth, Bubkins, Clever Buff. Yeah, all those guys were free agents. The only one that wasn't was Bishop Fuller. And he didn't lower his asking salary, so he was immediately signed. There goes Roper, Adamo, Bolter, Cashmore. All these guys were free agents earlier. Arches as well, Raffy Slaps. All right, round 3. All right, no moves in round 3 here. Round 4. Looking like nothing is... Oh, there was one move. It was at the very bottom. Large stack, like he was a free agent as well. Okay, and then one more to get through round 5 here. Let's see how this goes. Okay, there goes Overo and Glute, both were free agents already. All right, let's see. What do we got? So Fry is at 11.7. That's a little much for B overall. Same thing with Flexed. A little bit on the higher side. We want to go a little bit lower. McGee, backup option is a 14 mil. Okay, moving down. Tomahawking at 14.8 is a little much for an A minus. Friedman 10.4 is a little much for B. C plus for Majikos at 7.4. We can wait on him. Roland at 10.4 for a shortstop is also a little high as well. Moving down the list here into the pitching, we have 14.1, a little much. 11.5 is way too high. 6.7, that is way too much for a C. 9 million B minus. That's actually the closest we've been so far, but still too much. Yeah, no one is like close to signing, except maybe Manny Kays. I think he's going to go here in the next couple of rounds. Him and Brick, I think, will go first. These guys are still good. Yeah, we're looking fine. Moving to the bullpen guys. 11 and 15.1. They're all right. This is a little close, but this is a little. They're fine for right now, I think. Yeah, I think we're good for right here. All right, let's move to the next round here. Move up to round 10 here, I think, or through round 10. There goes Bentley, who was free agent, so was Rippin. So outside of Fuller, no big free agents that were released from the team have been signed yet, or like our generated rookies. None of them have been picked. There goes Manny Kays. He was a free agent beforehand. Yeah, I figured he would go. There goes Jackie Slam as well. Oh, I didn't finish doing that one, but that was the only 2 that round. Wonga, who was also a free agent beforehand, he is now gone. And then round 10 here. All right, no one got picked. Okay, so let's have a look. All right, 9.1 is not overly expensive for a B overall catcher. Mackenzie Fry has a lot of upside, and I like what she's going to bring to the team if we pick her. Flex is a little older at 30. I might want to go a little bit cheaper with him, but again, it's not egregiously overpaying him. And we know what Flex can do, and I really don't want a 37-year-old catcher, so probably not going to go after McGee. I think we're going to sign both Fry and Flex here and get them both on board real quick, especially Fry. I want her. There we go, and they're both on board. Perfect. All right, now let's reset that again, please. All right, so catchers are done. We got Flexed and... Oh, I just forgot the rookie's name already. Tomahawking at 12.3 is still a little much for an A minus, I think. Janice at 8.1 is actually where you want a B overall to be, so we need to make a decision on him. Do we want to risk Tomahawking getting down to like under $11 million, or do we want to go for Friedman now and not risk it? Either way, I would prefer Tomahawking because he's 3 years younger, but we'll see what comes up here. Two Whistle, probably not going to go after her. I think we'll go one more round and see where the prices go for Tomahawking and Friedman. We'll see what happens. Hanzo at 5.1. He's pretty close. I think I want to get him just slightly under 5, so maybe one more round, and then we could be able to re-sign him. And then if he gets signed, we can go for Roland. Let's see what else we got down here. Moving to pitching. 11.8. It's getting a little close for Floral, but not quite there yet. Levine at 9.2 is a little much as well. I don't like the Wild Thing trade on Levine, but it's workable. His average accuracy isn't horrible. So, and he's young, so he'll have a lot of chances to get rid of it. Rush, I'm not enjoying. Pacheco would be a solid signing. He would move Jacoby to the 4. Pacheco would be the 3, and that would make Levine the 2 if we sign him. What else we got? We got Cooper still a little much. Lucas still a little much. Holmes a little expensive as well. I do like all of them as well. And we have Brick and Deguez and Kiki. They're all a little on the pricier sides too as well. Same with Sauter and Lovelorn. Although Lovelorn's pretty close to getting signed, I think. 9.3 is pretty cheap for a B+, if you ask me. 8.8. Ooh, Raina's getting close. Hold her close, okay. 5.9, 5.9. I don't think you spend 5.9 on a B-. I think you get him under 5 and then go for him. Lane's 8.3. Yeah, nothing there. Okay, and 6.8 for Rob. Okay. We're getting there. Not quite there just yet. Rob, I think you want under 6.5 before you, or under 5 before you, or no, under 6 before you try to sign him. All right, let's go round by round here. All right, there goes Brick. Yeah, I figured he would go. Wasn't paying that much for him, though. All right, one more. All right, there goes Immaculo. Okay, no surprise there. Godsendus is going to the Crocs. Ooh, okay. So he's jumping divisions in the Mega Conference. There goes Floral. Damn. So they were willing to spend the big bucks. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to get her under 11. We weren't that lucky, unfortunately. Okay, so now we know 11.5. Let's see. Let's go. Then we'll need to shore up the ace part of the pitching rotation then if we're going to do that right now. All right, positionally speaking, we have Tomahawking at 11.7. That's still a little expensive, but we did see them spend 11.5 on an A- pitcher, so maybe this is what we'll have to pay Tomahawking. We'll need to come back to him. Hanzo at 4.6. I'm going to sign him now. That's perfect. That's what I wanted to sign him originally, so nice to see we're actually getting him back at a discount, so that's good for us. So then we won't need, we're not going to need Roland on that list anymore, although he did seem like a solid option in case Hanzo did sign. But we're not quite ready for him just yet. He would just be sitting on the bench behind Renero at the current moment. Don't think we're going to be interested in Toot Whistle anymore, so I'm going to get rid of her. All right, keep moving down the list here. All right, pitching. So now we need an ace, so we need to look at these B pluses. So 10 million, 10 million, 10 million, and 9.6. Now, Kiki is lower because she is the oldest of this bunch. That's why she's gotten as low as she had. All these guys are 22, and these would be young arms that would be at the top of the rotation for years to come. Let's see. Nick, he's got composed. That's good. He's spirited. Okay. Solid. 4-pitch pitcher. Doesn't have a 4-seamer, though. He has a 2-seamer and a cutter. Ooh, interesting. Kind of like a 4-seamer. Dick Lucas obviously has a great pitch selection. We know that from the Heaters franchise. Now, he struggled in that one, but he is young, so. Yolanda Cooper, who we faced in the playoffs on the hot corners. We roughed her up pretty good, and so she got released into free agency. Signing her would put our competitive trade back in the medium slot. But then again, we still have to replace D.P. Turner, who is the other competitive player left on our roster. So really, it would go back down to the medium bottom tier as it is. So I wouldn't be actually changing anything. So looking at these guys, although Kiki is solid across the board, I want to be a little bit younger at the top of the rotation. Daiguez, with the lack of a proper 4-seamer, I'm kind of leaning away from him. Dick Lucas or Yolanda Cooper. Who do I like better? We know what Dick Lucas can do. And we saw what Yolanda could do. We roughed her up pretty good. And looking at our rotation right now, Bishop, we have one lefty in Sawyer and a righty in Tacoby. So we can go either way. We can get either a righty or a lefty. So that doesn't really make a decision for me. I actually have to physically think about this. Who do I want more? And then with our other option, who are we signing? If we sign Levine, that would be a righty, so that means we would need a lefty to compensate for that. Or we could go for Durbin Holmes, who would also be a righty. Interesting. Yeah, so then, I think Lucas has the better strength because he has more breaking pitches and he has better junk than he does velocity. So that fits better than Cooper's junk versus velocity approach. She has a lot of velocity, but she doesn't have a lot of breaking. She throws a lot of breaking pitches. Plus, she has falls behind, whereas Lucas has gets ahead. I think based on that, we're going to go Dick Lucas here. He's going to be the ace here, just like he is in the Heaters franchise as well. Welcome back, Dick. And we get to steal him away from those damn grass eaters, so always a great time to ruin their day. So let's go ahead and bring him in. He'll replace Fuller. All right, so then with that move, we can now move on to the other pitcher's choice as well. We can actually take care of that as well right here. So again, relievers, Ortega at 5'3", still a little expensive. Same with Waters. 7.9 for Elaine Munstar. That's actually pretty good for B+. Libido, solid. Hurlington, you would sign him for 6'4". Yeah, I would probably sign him. That's pretty solid for a 31-year-old. Reyna would be a decent long reliever, but we already have Goatman, so. But he'd be a righty. Interesting. We'll see. I have decisions to make here. Let's see. We're not going to go after Spicy Rush. We're not going to go after Pacheco. We're not going to go after Cooper. I mean, we could, but I'm probably not going to. Diaz, we're not going to go after him. Kiki. No, she only has 3 pitches. Got to move on from her. So our choices are Durbin Holmes or Homer Levine. We can go for the 19-year-old rookie who has Wild Thing, but an elite changeup, and he's disciplined. Or we go after Holmes, who's competitive, but he doesn't have any traits. Solid choices. I like that Durbin was DH'd from the Pigs rotation. He seemed like the most capable starter outside of Yogurt. But I think we're going to give the edge to youth here and go after Levine. I think that's going to be the smart choice. Yeah, so we'll take Levine. We'll go with ultimate youth factor here. All right, so that means we're done with starting pitching, so we can move into bullpen pitching now. That's good. Made those choices pretty easy. Okay. So bullpen, is there anybody I want to overly sign right now? That's the question. Let's see. Reyna is solid at 8'4". I wouldn't mind signing him. Plus he's 19. He's really, really young. RH4, spirited. He's also consistent. So he's the opposite of Bob. Bob is volatile. Rob is consistent. Rob takes longer to change his mojo in a downward or upward direction. He just, rocks steady throughout. But Bob is volatile. He rapidly changes mojo up and down. So they're like offsetting of each other. I like that. Plus they're twins. I like having the Hurlington brothers. That sounds like a fun time. Plus, he's going to be cheaper than Lupinovich and Towers anyway. We have 2 lefties already in the bullpen in Goatman and Hurlington. We have 1 righty in our closer, Primo. So, yeah, I think we go righty here. And Rob is a righty, right? Rob is a righty. Yeah, Rob is a righty. Bob is a lefty. Oh, they're complete opposites of each other. It's great. And they have the same ratings, I think. Let me check. We can do that before we sign him. He gets played a little bit more than his brother. Bob's ratings are obviously a little higher because we've boofed him up a little bit with some upgrades. But yeah, that's funny. I did not know he had a brother, and they throw almost the same pitches as well. Yeah, Rob is a curveball, whereas Bob is a changeup, but they both have the slider and the fastball. Oh, that's awesome. I love this game. I can't believe they did that. Grace has catching out gear on for some reason. That is a glitch. But that's because she retired, I think. So yeah, we'll go ahead and replace good old Grace. I love Grace. I'm ashamed she didn't stick around, but we probably weren't going to be able to get her anyway, so go ahead and bring them in Spirited for Spirited there. All right, so that's 1 bullpen slot figured out. We still need to do 1 more. So we have Ortega, the 19-year-old who can't throw over the strike zone, but he does have gets ahead and the elite fastball trait. We have Waters, who has gets ahead. He's 20. He's a little bit more complete of a pitcher than Ortega is. He's more even across the board, and he's also a lefty, so that's going in his favor. We have 2 righties, 2 lefties on the pen right now. We have Munstar. We could use another good reliever. She's younger than Towers as well. That's always a plus. Libby Doe, Josh Reyna at 8'4". Now, he doesn't have great accuracy, but Josh would give us some length out of the bullpen as well. Decisions. I don't think we're going to be able to afford Holder Close, so I think we're going to stop going after him. Libby Doe I'm not intrigued with anymore with the other options on the board. I think we go Elaine in this spot. She'll be cheaper than Reyna, although I do like Reyna as a nice young long reliever. I think Munstar is going to be the good option for us moving forward. Waters and Ortega gone. Let's get Elaine in here. She'll come into the bullpen and take Towers' spot, so the bullpen will be full. And she's already taking less money than Brick was anyway, so that's perfect. Okay, look at that. All right, so then all we have left is second base, which is tomahawking, who we can't afford. Damn, so that might have just done us in for him. We spent too much everywhere else. We have to go cheaper. We have Janice at 7'6", who's 32, and we have Scoops, who's at 11'7". And I can't afford him. Yeah, I'm short 1 million. Damn, that is unfortunate. Wow. Damn, man, come on. You're really going to do me like this. You're really going to do me like this, boys. Oh, they're doing us like this. Dang it. Oh, DP is crafty. Oh, I didn't know. I thought he was competitive. Flexed was competitive. Oh, no, he isn't. Who's competitive? You know what? It doesn't matter. That's not the important part right here. See, it looks like Janice is going to have to be the second baseman. Oh, well. It is what it is, boys. It is what it is. Well, Janice is a slight bit of an upgrade over Turner. He has more power, more contact. He's a better hitter. He has more speed as well. He's the same fielder, basically, but he's a little bit better. And they have the same arm, literally. He brings just one negative trait to the table as compared to that. Crafty for crafty doesn't change everything, so all our crafty traits will still be triple boosted, so that's great. Let's bring him in. All right, we're not going to be able to afford Scoops. We have $3 million left in the budget. Not as much as I wanted going into the season with a bunch of young guys on the team now, but at the same time, kind of was what was presented to us, unfortunately. Wasn't a whole lot of intriguing options for the positions of need that we had on the roster, so we just went with the best options available to us. I think we overspent at both catcher positions. Probably could have gone cheaper in those directions. Next, trying to see who's the other competitor. Oh, it's Primo. Okay. Well, that makes sense now. Yeah, we definitely were cheap going into the bullpen. We definitely saved money there with the adding of Rob and Elaine. They're both cheaper than what was in the bullpen. Homer was a little bit of an overpay, but again, at 19, I wanted to ensure that he was going to be here. Dick Lucas, we also slightly overpaid as well, but with the top target we were going after being picked up, we kind of had to spend the money on him. Let's see. Outside of that, we didn't egregiously overpay anybody. Janice is making a solid amount, although I probably could have gotten him younger. Who else? I know we gave Kabusler a bit of a raise, and that was strategically thinking. Hans is making actually less than he was making last year, so we got him on a steal. Yeah, really, the only place we're overspending terribly is the catcher position. If we can drop Flex for another option who's about the same overall but cheaper, I would make that move. I think Boo Lewis would be a complimentary backup. He's not as good of a hitter, but he is a great fielder and he's a good arm behind the plate. So that would save us some money and bring us back in. Strauss is also a decent option, but she's more of a DH caliber catcher than an actual good catcher. So I think Lewis would be the option between the two of them. He's also cheaper. This will free up, 1.4? Yeah, and it'd be discipline for discipline, so it wouldn't change anything in the player dynamic-wise. So Sign Stealer would leave, obviously, but we would get Rally Starter in return for Lewis. And it will bring us up a little bit. It doesn't help much, but it does save us from overpaying a bit at backup catcher. I mean, Slash is making 15 million, but he deserves it. I mean, he's the star, obviously. He's the best. He's the guy. This is our guy. This is the guy you build around. So he's making 15 no matter what. Johnny making 10-4. He's earned that. Dick Lucas was a bit of an overpay, but at the same time, we kind of needed him to be. And I know Sawyer's definitely not ready to be the number one. He's too inconsistent to be the ace. So Dick Lucas taking on that role is good for us. Homer Levine was a slight overpay, but within reason. Munstar was actually a bit of an overpay in my opinion now that I look at it, but she is still a solid reliever. I like her. We could get Broseph, who would be cheaper. Well, actually, no, he's the same price. Could go Brent Branch or like one of the younger options like Waters or Ortega. That would make our bullpen a little bit weaker in the long run. Although I do like Elaine, I think we're going to need a little bit of money back, especially if we're going the young route. So between Ortega and Waters, Rain is more expensive than her, so he's probably not the one you want. Let's look at free agents first. I don't have anyone start. Okay. Could go Ortega or Waters. You know what? I'll put him on the list, and you know what? Damn it. I'll put him back on and see if they get any cheaper than 5 million. If they get under 5 million, they're going to be immediate pickup guys. And Reyna, if he gets under Munstar, we'll pick him up as well. Those will be the only exceptions, I think. Yeah. Next round, please. Made a lot of moves that round. So there goes Frequent re-signs with the freebooters. Obviously, we cut flexed. Holder Close goes to the hot corners. There goes Taters to the platypi. So he's going to a division rival. He's going across divisions. Reyna gets picked up by the freebooters. That's fair. Waters and Ortega at 5-1 each. We can wait. Cooper down to the Crocs and Bunderson to the Crocs. He's going to do a division rival over there. Ooh, buttons. I like it. There goes Holmes. Trevor Rowland get picked up as well. Buzzards get Leonard Crosby as they cut Spitz McKinney. Fair enough. Rowland to the B-Wolves. Holmes to the Overdogs. Ortega gets picked up at 5-1. Unfortunate. Pedro Nixon to the Herbs. Willard Wiggins to the Sirloin, so he re-signs. Harmony Strauss moves to the B-Wolves. That's her going to a division rival. She was on the wide loads. Waters got under 5 million. I'll pick him up. Sauter to the... Ooh, Sauter going to the Herbisaurs. Ooh, that's a good upgrade. It's a big upgrade over Quilita. Donga goes to the Platypi division rival, and Moore goes to the Grapplers. Another division rival. Wow. Okay, a couple signings. Yeah, I think we'll go with go get the free agent guy. Let's go get him. Where's that rook? There he is. There's Everett. We could sign him for Elaine. Unfortunately, I didn't want to lose Elaine, but we kind of need the money. And 3 million is nothing to sneeze at when it comes down to it. We got a discount on Bob and Rob, the brothers, and we don't want to separate both of them. So yeah, I know this is a dumb move youth-wise. I like Elaine, but I think I overpaid for her, and that's a mistake on my part. So I'm going to have to suffer the consequences on that one and get back closer to the $8 million mark, which is more respectable for me, and especially for rebuilding the team with the young guys. Going to have more options for player development and whatnot. Tomahawking's still out there. He hasn't signed. Same with Two Whistles. She's still out there as well. Beavis is out there. Oh, I didn't even know he was a free agent option. I just ignored him because he was expensive. He was on the older side. That's probably why I ignored him. Daiguez is still out there, and so is, I think, Kiki. Yes, Kiki is still out there as well. All right, let's go next round. So Elaine gets immediately picked up by the Grapplers. Tomahawking goes to the hot corner, so they would have paid $11 million for him. That's fair. Toot Whistle to the Wild Pigs, and Towers goes to the Platypi. Okay, Brick, good job for you. There goes Slider to the Crocs, so he leaves the Sandcats. Lauderbury to the Crocs as well, and Libby Doe. Okay, Libby's got a home now. Ronald Pacheco, the rookie, goes to the Sirloins rotation. Jermaine Raines re-signs with the Freebooters. Bert Bergera goes to the Herbisaurs from the Moonstars bullpen. Rookie August Kicky's picked up by the Sirloins, as well as closer Klaus the Game from the Moose. Chico Lopatovich signs with the Jacks. Pex Flex goes to the Moose, so good on Pex. Buzz past him, he'll switch to the Moose, long reliever. Omar Chambo re-signs with the Herbisaurs bullpen. Morton Stamberg goes over to the B-Wolves, so he is jumping conferences. Rookie Naomi Muddywater goes to the Wildcats at first base. She's replacing Darcy Hicks, and also Mashadonga, who plays first base instead of Hicks. Brent Branch goes to the Jacks bullpen. Steve Monstore to the Jacks. Sting McGee leaves the Blowfish for the Sirloins, so division rival for him. Tugboat Thomas signs with the Moose, coming over from the Grapplers. Not the Grapplers. Was it Platypi? It's Platypi, okay. Rufus Zumar goes to the B-Wolves. He also leaves the Platypi. And so division rival for Zumar, and rookie, our guest Digez goes to the B-Wolves as well. Any interesting free agents I like out here? Obviously, there's any young guys. Let's see. Beavis, Charlemagne. Yeah, none that I'm like overly in love with. I'm going to go down here and see if any of our other guys are still out here who were on the team last year that were like OG Sawteeth members. I want to see where they sign here in the offseason. I think all our guys actually just got signed, actually, surprisingly. Oh, DP's still out here. I want to see where he goes. And I think, yeah, Lefty's still out here. I want to see who he ends up signing for. And JYS is still out here as well. I want to see who all of them end up signing for here. Yeah, because I think everyone else got picked up here, so. All right, Jones re-signs with the Sirloins. Hankey moves to the Platypi. Rhodes also moves to the Platypi as well. Javi Yotter goes to the Jacks, so he is going to a division rival from the Nemesis. Preston Adonimus leaves the Sirloins for the Wide Loads. Beavis Ortiz goes to a division rival from the B-Wolves. He goes to the Platypi. Sebastian Morrow goes to the Freebooters. He comes over from the Buzzards. Rogan Balls re-signs with the Wide Loads. Haley Forrest, the rookie left fielder, picked up by the Jacks to replace, what's his name? Flog Freely. Hieronymus Jackson to the Wide Loads. He leaves the Moose. Prince Prize re-signs with the Wide Loads. Hans Slipiero goes to the Wide Loads. And they also signed Joseph Bruss from the Hot Corners bullpen. Platypi re-signed closer Walt Huckster. 20 rounds in, still no moves. Okay, I think they're going to slow up on moves here moving forward. Charlemagne Charleston, our starter, he started 2 games for us at the end of year 1. He's going to the Overdogs. He'll replace Carrie Wayward. Kat Stanza to the Nemesis. She will cut Tarzan Woodburn, so she loses her job at the Sirloins, moves to the Nemesis to replace Mashed Taters, who goes to the Crocs. Alrighty, what else happened? Log Freely to the Moose. He's going to replace Perry Quaker. Leanne Drive to the Overdogs. She replaces Rafael Gonzalo. And Rusty Nazo is released by the Platypi for Perd Lovelorn. They get the Grapplers ace in their rotation. And Jerry Ronner cut by the Wildcats for Slip Vanderwink, who leaves the Sirloins. Jules Bergman's off the Wildcats. He's going to be replaced by Gordon Fruitwell, former Crocodile center fielder. First baseman Testy Ostroni goes from the Moonstars to the Wild Pigs. He'll replace Ernie Blings, one of the catchers. Gabby Ganez released by the Nemesis for Jack's third baseman Yo-Yo Yamamoto. Nothing in 27. Oh, did someone get signed? Who did I miss? Nope, they're still there. All 3 of them are still there. Holmes to the Wide Loads. She'll replace Rafi Slaps. Sima Delano off the heaters for Erlang Elwood, the starter. Zachariah Roth, rookie catcher, is going to replace Herbert Hackman on the Moonstars. Nemesis get Bugsy Snuggs from the Sirloins. He'll replace rookie Deuce Stacker, or second-year player Deuce Stacker. Bellamy up, all cut by the Buzzards for Spicy Rush, the 20-year-old. Super Sampson's going to the Crocs. He'll replace Bubba Blastman. And here's the last round of the off-season. Let's see if any other signings happen. Gonna be a minute. Got to scroll through all these again. I really wish they would have changed that in this game. I wish they would have, once you're done the offseason, it doesn't like start you at the bottom. It just takes you all the way to the top. Because if you're like me, you already know all the roster moves because we went through them together. It's like I don't need to be, going through it again, refreshing my memory when I just went through it not 5 minutes prior. Hey, Arios, how's it going, buddy? Alright, what do we got? Any roster moves? Nope. Just Larry LaJoy. Okay. Cut by the Jack. Oh, they go into the Jacks. Replace Alberto Roberto. That's a good upgrade for them. So it looks like none of our 3 boys that we released got picked up. South Palm is still out there, so no one wants to put all their eggs in the 39-year-old's basket. I don't blame him. DP Turner did not get signed. He's obviously not a starting caliber. He's bench player, and it looks like second base benches are all filled up. And JYS, 43-year-old catcher, no one's in his market. Shame. Could be used to get less money on our payroll, but I wanted to go younger for a reason, and I think I'm going to stick to my guns on that one. Good to hear. I'm about ready to finish up here. Just got through the off-season. Just going to go ahead and set the lineup for opening day here real quick. And then we'll run through the roster moves real quick and call it a day. We're starting with a doubleheader. Great. Okay, so the first game of Season 2 is going to be a doubleheader. Awesome. Well, let's look at the schedule then. Oh, it's back-to-back doubleheaders. Bastards. Alright, Sirloins, then Sandcats. Then we get the Boots. Okay, Moonstars, Blowfish, Corners, Pigs, Herbs, Moose, Sirloins, Sandcats, and then the other doubleheaders at the end. Moonstars, okay. So Blowfish twice, Moonstars 3 times, Sandcats 3 times, and Sirloins 3 times. Alright, I can swing that. Away, home, away, home. Seems pretty even across the board on the home-away splits as well, so that's nice. So this is probably the most even this could have been. All right, not bad. All right, sim through 3 games here. Just get through them. Ice. Nemesis take out the Jacks. Good win there. Herb's going to beat the Wildload. Heater's going to beat the Wildloads. Jesus, I can't read. And Moose beat the Herbs. Okay, there we go. Alright, so our Season 2 championship defense is going to kick off with a doubleheader against the Sirloins. On the mound in Game 1 will be our new free agent acquisition, Dick Lucas from the Herbs. And on the mound for the Sirloins will be rookie 28-year-old August Kickey, who was picked up in free agency this offseason to replace Manny Kays. Alright, lineup we'll use for opening day. Nutmeg will lead us off at third. Trips again in center. He'll bat second. Caldy going to start the season in left field. He'll bat third. Rookie catcher Mackenzie Fry is going to DH. She's going to bat fourth. Johnny Baggs batting fifth. He'll be in right field. John Renero once again taking up shortstop. He'll bat sixth. Peak Physique at first base again. He'll be batting seventh. New acquisition second baseman Janice Friedman will bat eighth. And batting ninth is backup catcher, who we also picked up from the Moonstars, Boo Lewis. He'll be batting number 9. So that means on the bench for us will be Cul-de-sac, Majiko, Caboosler, and JYJ, Junior Young Jr. Not bad. We'll work with that. Okay, and that means Lucas is going to be the de facto ace for the season. He gets the edge over Sawyer, which I agree with. All right, so that is going to be the offseason, guys. Run brief down for you, running through who we picked up. Obviously, Hanzo wasn't happy with the money we were giving him, so he wanted to test free agency. He ended up getting less money than he had when he first left, so good on you, Hanzo. Nice to see your market didn't appear like you thought it would. We're bringing veteran Janice Friedman from the Wildloads. He's going to replace DP Turner. He's a little bit of an upgrade there at the second base position. They're equivocally the same defensively. Friedman has a slight edge in the fielding category, but Friedman has a much better offensive player. And he's 1 year younger, so that worked in his favor as well. Moving in, we also bring in rookie catcher Mackenzie Fry. She's going to replace 43-year-old Junior Young Senior, JYS. 19-year-olds making $9 million. I think it's a good investment for the future. She's only 19 as well, so she is moldable into a star, possibly. Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. And then most of the other guys remain the same. We have rookie reliever Everett Waters. We brought him in after we decided to save some money. We originally were going to have Elaine Munstar from the Jacks, but I overpaid her by accident, so I had to save some money there. Managed to re-sign Physique and Primo. Let's see. We bring in Dick Lucas from the Herbisaurs. We were targeting rookie August Flora, I believe her name was, or Alexis Floral. She was A minus quality. I would have wanted her as the ace, but she got snapped up early at 11.5, so I had to go pivot to Dick Lucas, who I already know what he can do. He's young. He's a good junk baller. I think we can mold him into a solid ace, especially only being 22. He has that working for him. We bring in Bob's twin brother, Rob Hurlington the fourth. So the Hurlington brothers are going to be in the bullpen together. We also bring in rookie Homer Levine. He's going to be our third pitcher in the rotation. He's solid. I like what he's going to bring to the table. And then we managed to bring in Boo Lewis from the Moonstars. He's going to be our backup catcher. We originally re-signed Pex Flexed, but we overspent on him as well, and we needed to save money, so once again had to make the executive decision to cut him. And then we managed to re-sign everyone else from last year's team. So going into the season, we are now classified as power hitters, which fits our bill well. We did crack a lot of home runs last season, led us to that title in year 1, so hopefully we can do it again in year 2 and kick off our title defense on the right foot against our division rivals, the Sirloins, and Heimer Longbala, who's stuck around for another year. Damn, we're going to still have to deal with him, unfortunately. But that's going to do it for the offseason vid, guys, here in year number 1. If you made it this deep in the video, thanks so much for sticking around. Appreciate the support as always. If you haven't already here on Twitch, hit the follow and or subscribe button down below to be notified next time I go live. You can also donate money if you feel like it. I don't pressure that. It's welcome when it happens, but I'm not pressed for it. And if you're over on YouTube watching this and you haven't already, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Link to Twitch down in the description below if you want to come over and watch these vids live before I post them. And then next time out, guys, it will be the opening days for not only this series, and also be the opening day for the Heaters Shuffle Draft franchise rebuild, which will be coming back. That had been put on the shelf to finish up the playoffs here for the Sawteeth series. Both are done, so both seasons are going to kick off on the same day. So catch you next time, everybody. This is the Nasty One, signing off. Have a wonderful day, everyone.